once we'll motivate, what will the conclusion? That will not
No,
get to
I'm not saying
simply
that
that
motivate. I'm not saying they don't do motivate and all. I'm saying that at least you are taking a step towards that children. So take a strong step. That's it.
That's we are saying about here, and we know that who does that. If you know that who does that, so
listen,
take a stand over there and try to have a power to do it.
I can't repeat it again and again. That's it. I mentioned it before.
हमेशा जब मदद करते हैं ना तो खुले हाथ से मदद करते हैं, कभी सोचते नहीं है कि क्या मिलना है. अगर दे रहे हो ना तो एक हाथ से, वो ये नहीं कि हम एक हाथ से दे रहे हैं तो हम एक हाथ से लेना है. अगर Hello everyone, welcome to Well Talk Institute. Today we are going to talk about something that we face in a daily life. Walking around the streets, sitting and enjoying the lunch with our family once. There is something that is always around us, but we never notice that thing in a very serious way. We are educated, we have all the things that we need. Everyone over here sitting over here has each and everything that they want. All the things that they are well dressed up. They have the money to fulfill all their expenses. But there are some things that we really need to mind about that. We need to think about that, and we are not thinking about that. So, any guesses? Is there something that you that is going all around with you? You face daily with it. It's pity. It's something that we should really think about it. But as being a human, some of the society people in the society, they don't think about it. They take it as something, a bad effect, or they use it in just to fulfill their some kind of needs. Anyone?
It would be like child labor, and in my opinion, that child labor should not be banned in India, because there are so many people, there are so many parents that are not able to earn money for their expenses. That's why they wants to their children work and earn some money to just fulfill their expenses.
When so we're having lunch in a 5-star restaurant, when you go out, someone begging with a full of hands in front of you, don't you feel like I should help that person or help that child? Don't you feel a bit of humanity at that point of time? What are the thoughts that come around your mind when you see a child burned, having scratches all over his hands, wearing dirty clothes, he's having nothing to eat? What do you think? What can you do for that person? What can you do for that child?
Okay, there are so many children that are emphasized to beg, and there are so many children that work for their family as well. Like if you are just eating in a restaurant and there are so many children that work as a child labor, so they work for their family, and on the other hand, and you are just saying that so many children beg and they are emphasized to beg, and we should just encourage them, empower them. We should give a hand to them, like I am educated. You should, if you are educated, then you should help somebody, and you should use your education in your best way. If you are educated and you are not helping someone and you are not empowering someone, that your education is worthless. So if someone, like a child is begging in front of you, give him an opportunity, give him or her an opportunity, like come with me, I will give you some suggestions, and just emphasize, just try to build that child, like try to make them happy, like come with me, I will just give some treat to them, like make him or herself comfortable, like make them comfortable with you. Then just talk about them, like why are you doing such things. Then when he will become comfortable with you, then he will share you everything, like their personal talks. Is there anyone emphasize them and they are just torturing someone, like to do such things, or is there any family problem, they will share with you. Then you just try best to like find the way to come out of this problem. So if somebody is just emphasize like children to do such things, then just give him a hand, like give him education, just try to give him education. Then you should say, like you have to do something for me, okay, like you have to work for me. And he will obviously, I can do anything for money. Then you should say, like education is the most powerful, in my opinion, education is the most powerful weapon that we should use in any war. Like war means our poverty and empowerment, everything. We can just get everything by our education. So let's try to educate that child in somehow. It doesn't matter, if you are just educated. There are so many people, they are educated and enough money, and they are not using in their best way. They are just using for their clothes, and they are just going for 5-star hotels. Then they should use that money to help someone. If you're using that money for help someone,
At
that
least one person
yes,
does that.
at least one person. Okay.
So we have beautiful lady sitting over here having
Yeah.
a great talk. So I would love to have some opinion from Ragini ma'am.
I would like to ask. I respect your point, but yes, I would like to ask that as you mentioned that we should talk with them, and after that recognize the problem of that person. So I would like to share my personal experience that once I went I forgot the name of that place, but I went over there, and one child was begging, right? And I asked him that where is your mother? So that child said that my mother is not well. I asked that where is your father? So he said that my father met an accident. So I'm saying that, so why are you begging here? So he said that he didn't tell me anything. So I don't think, if you will ask to that child that what is your problem, why are you begging here, he is not going to let you know.
Ma'am.
Why?
It doesn't
Because
comes in a sudden
You
way.
just have- yes,
We
ma'am,
have
you
to
just
give
have to
some
give some
time.
time.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I
and
know,
some
I
time.
can understand it, but what I think that they are not going to let you know. Why? Because the leader who make him fear that if you will let you know somebody else, I will kill you or something. They have fear. They
Yeah, they are
got
not sure.
threatened by someone else. So I don't think that they are going to let you know all the situation and problem.
You just have to give some time, just talk to that person, that child every day,
So,
in a very short time. There are so many children, and
And
they
one
are
more
facing
thing-
such problems.
One more thing that what about them? I forget that group. I think who roam around and beg. They said one day a woman come in my home, and she was begging someone something like flour or rice, whatever there is, just give me, right? So my mom asked that why are you begging here? Why don't you earn money, you are well fit and everything. So she said that it's our boon to beg. So what about that? The mentality of that person, the mindset of that person, that is this
Because
is
they are-
our boon.
because they are
just mentioning that lady is begging. We are just talking about child labor.
So
She's
we
not
are-
making.
we-
She is not making their child to beg.
I know. But what about their children? I'm talking about. They
And
also
that's
do the
what I'm
same.
just trying to say, that just try to empower them, just try to talk to them, just try to feel that situation.
How many times?
Why they are just
How many times can you empower them?
At least once in our life we should.
Once?
If you are educated,
Once.
at least once in our life, if you are educated. There are
No,
hundred
no,
of child
I'm
there
just
are
saying-
hundred of child that are
No, no.
that are facing such problems,
Just try
and one of that 100 child, we should just help that child.
I'm not saying-
And that child would gonna accept our help.
But you are not
Yes.
understanding my question. That how many times you can make that person understand?
Ma'am, if we'll have this kind of mentality that how many times I can do, I can simply say
No, I'm not just
it's
saying that,
no. Let me clear one point.
Okay.
It's a simple thing that if we are not gonna try at least once, how can we just think
No,
about
I'm not
without
saying-
trying only?
It's
You
all
are
up
not
to you.
getting my
It's all
point.
up to
That
us.
sorry for that. But you are not getting my point. I'm saying that you will make that person once understand, right? One time. And what about their parents who are teaching from their childhood that you have to beg for your survival?
the times will take-
Okay, so child labor, it's not all about begging. There are so many child, they are just doing by themselves. They want to do child labor, they want to learn new things, and they want to step out from their home and experience new things. Child labor, it's not all about begging and someone is torturing them and emphasizing them to do such things. And if you're just talking about how you can convince that person, how many times you can help them, it doesn't matter. Okay, at least one, we should try. It doesn't matter it's gonna work or not, but at least we should give a hand to them, I think.
No. I respect your point, but one thing that, like as you mentioned about that begging and all. So I'm just talking about begging and all. That once if we can try, right? We can make him understand and all. Like obviously we will get opportunity to meet that person only one time or two time or thrice, right? But not at all, not every day, right? So but the dear parents who all are teaching that child that you have to beg for your survival from the childhood.
Okay.
So what about that? I'm talking about. I didn't mention, first of all, I didn't mention about
I
that.
got your point.
Yes.
Okay, I'm coming to that point. Okay, if somebody, if some child parents is emphasizing them to, you should have to beg your for survival and for our survivals. First just talk to that child.
Yes.
What's your problem? If is your parents emphasizing you like to do such things, then talk to that parent. You have even enough time for these things. Okay, you should have this time for this.
One more thing.
Okay, let me complete first.
Yes.
Then just talk to that parents and just tell them the importance of education. And if you just try to make them understand, they will understand. And if you just tell them that I'm just going to teach your child for free, he would, and they would gonna accept this anyhow.
Okay.
They would not gonna make that child to just beg. No, it's not okay.
I partially agree with your point. First of all, like as you mentioned that I will convey to their parents and all, right? So I would like to mention here that you can convey their parents and their child, but what about like what to say, that they are comfortable in their profession? So what about that?
A simple thing that I would love to say here is that before helping the person, before even doing a single thing, you are having 1,000 of questions. What will be the effect? They won't understand. They are professional in that, such and such and such a way. At least try it once. If you are having 1,000 of questions before even taking a single step, how would you be able to take that step? Even please be that one person to at least take one step. If you are right in your way, you are taking a good step, you will have 1,000 of people with you standing with you and helping a lot.
Okay, so how you are going to create such kind of environment? Let me know. Could you elaborate it? Like such kind of environment that you mentioned that the 1,000 people will be behind
so you have just talk about so many
how
stuffs.
you are going to
Miss
create
Raghi,
this kind of
Don't
environment?
think before helping someone, if you are having some expectations, no, just believe on yourself that you are doing a right thing. Why do you need, if you are right and you are going on a right path, you will have 1,000, not only 1,000, you have a million of people around you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
Just simply stand up to
okay.
that.
I respect your point, but I would like to mention one thing, that like there should be rationality. First of all, don't like talk in air. I would like to say that just think logically. It, we can say that show your humanity, just be kindful. We can do, but think rational first of all, because when you, without rationality we cannot step out, we cannot help them. Being kind, being showing our humanity, we are not going to contribute that child
so how
labor.
we can contribute to such things like child labor, in your opinion?
So I would like to say that make them like there should be campaign like where like there should be good facilities, we can say management, that they should like if you are looking any I know one thing, that we cannot do this alone. We need help of a group. First off, we need to create a group, such kind of group. We should provide camping to them, where there you are looking that person, just provide camping to them, right?
Okay, there are so
And-
many NGOs working for such things, and it's
But
not
they are-
working properly, and they are the group of persons.
I agree
Even they
with
are
your
just
point.
trying to fulfill their needs. Even they are getting, if child is getting full free meals for a day, even they are not getting in best way, like the person who is working in an NGO, even they don't serve to that child. So how are you gonna such things?
So I would like to mention one thing, that like as you mentioned about NGO and all, I didn't say that.
Okay,
I didn't
camping,
say that.
okay, camping, okay.
Yes.
If you don't have enough time and enough and you don't have enough time to participate in and camping, so how would you gonna help some child if you are just saying, if you're seeing a child who is doing child labor begging in front of you, how would you gonna help that person on that time?
Okay. As you have you ever observed about Kapoorthla? There are so many children who beg, right? who all are begging now even. So they are like group of children. They are begging there. We can see there's a majority of children. So we should like in a group. I'm not talking about NGO and all. Like as you mentioned that we show
As you mentioned
we
about
show
camping,
them
what kind of camping you are just
camping.
mentioning?
I'm saying that like camping. Just create a group. Okay.
Okay.
Just
You
create
have
a group.
You have enough time to create a group for such things.
So which kind of humanity do you want to show them?
At least on that time.
How?
That time.
On that
like you
time,
see a
you
beggar
can't
on
see
that
the
time. How would you
sign of
gonna?
love
If you don't have any.
Just
proof
take
on
a
that.
stand of your
I know,
point as well.
I know. We can. You can.
Without
You
thinking
can
of
say
who's
that
gonna help
only
you.
Which kind of
Yeah.
humanity will you show, and what will be the outcome of that humanity? Just let me know.
First thing that if you are helping someone, just don't think about the expectations or outcomes that you are gonna get out of that. Just help that person with 100% of the thing that you can do. That at that point of
If
time.
you are not thinking about the outcome and all, so that help will be worthless over there.
No, this can't be that helping someone, helping someone, or simply gifting someone.
Which kind help will you do over there? Let me know one thing. Which kind of help will you do over there?
Just to let him know that instead of begging with full of hands,
Okay.
start doing some kind of work.
Okay.
I'll let him know the things that he can do. I'll ask about the things what are you able to do.
Okay.
If he's able to wash clothes, if he's able to just do
Do dishes, anything else.
anything
And
and
what if he forget all and everything after a few time? Then
What kind of forgetting you are talking about?
I'm saying that as you will make that person understand that you should do any work and all, right? And if what that you pass through, if you passing through like that person, and after that he forgot all and everything.
So you
I
are
am
helping
helping
someone. So
someone.
you are expecting something from that child.
Obviously, when
Why you are expecting? You are just
I think you are not
your
getting it.
mentality should be just help that child. You are just getting any expectation. You want any expectation. You have an expectation from that child.
Okay.
Like
Okay, which kind of expectation I want to
like I'm just
you
talking
should
about
not
what
have any
kind of expectation you
One
you
by
just
one.
want to have.
which kind of expectation?
No, it's my question. Like you help some child and he passed through and he
So
didn't
I would
recognize
like
you.
to mention- I would like to say that
Yeah.
which kind of expectation I want. That if if I showed my humanity, if I like make that person, that child to understand that you should not beg, you should not do, you should do work anywhere, right? So that child should be work. Otherwise, it is worthless to make that person this kind of expectation I want. What I said.
It's a good expectation. So
Then-
you are saying that if I'll go through, pass through it, and the child
didn't-
it didn't work,
it didn't respond,
you
yeah,
should give your. If you are doing something, just do with 100 of your. Give your 100% to that particular thing.
Yes,
It's not
And
that
I-
child. It's not that he wants to change
Okay.
or not.
I partially agree with your point, as you mentioned that, like as you said that we should show our humanity. When you are showing your humanity, it's not going to work over there. So what is the worth of that humanity? What is the worth of that humanity?
Just
Okay.
in a
So
Excuse me.
how you are going to work on child labor?
Okay, let
in
her
your
listen,
way.
Listen.
Let her
Sorry
answer.
for interrupting. But both are said that help child. But how to help this child who work in hazard company? This company from hazardous company, children don't learn anything. They lose their life. They forget their culture, and they don't learn any manner because of hazardous
most of them,
company.
at least instead of begging, and
It's
it's
better than
better
begging.
than learning something new. Instead of begging, it's better than to learn something new. If they will do work under someone for 5 years or 6 years,
what about
so
them,
after
like-
that they would definitely do something in their life.
And their future totally spoiled, and they spoiled their life for earning a little bit of money.
And I have seen that most of them they lost their hand and leg while operating the machines. What about that?
So working in an hazardous company, if the company is having such kind of kids and child over there to work who are not having a source of income in their family, who are not having their parents, if they are working over there, so what we can do in this, that we can implement good infrastructure, and we can give up a certain amount of what we can say that we should have an eye on the kids whosoever are working over there, and we should let them learn the things that they are able to learn in a very good way, so that it helps them to develop their power and develop their qualities. So why are you taking this in a negative way that they will lose their hand and all? I agree with your point that most of the students
Accident
kids
can happen anywhere.
accidents are there. They suddenly met to an accident. It happens over there.
But majority in the companies, like such kind of take the example of any soft factory and detergent factory, they are they are happening most of the cases. The person who
Okay,
I have example.
what about them?
Listen.
That's what we
I
are
have an example.
discussing. Like if somebody is just getting child labor from like a child's
Yeah,
and
child
all, okay, so they should take care of that child as well. Like they should just try this, have a look on them, like it's okay to with it, they are comfortable with it. That's what we are just trying to discuss about it. Like
they should allow the work that
yes.
they are able to do that.
Yes, sir.
Why are you asking that kid to pick that bigger machine? If he is able to pick up, then okay, it's fine, pretty good. And if he is able to do a small certain amount of work, and if he is able to learn something from that, he should get promoted. At least he's, instead of begging, he's working over there. He's earning some kind of
Who
money.
does so? Who does so?
Nobody does. If 10% of the people are doing that, if you are having a mindset, who does so, and koi to karta nahi hai, who does so, so I won't over that
I'm
thing.
just saying that in factory and any industry, who does so?
Okay, so
If nobody does that, so who are we? We are as a human, and we are sitting and discussing about here, and
Yes,
we know that who does that. If you know that who does that, so
Listen,
take a stand over there and try to have a power to do it.
In this era, no one wants no one wants to like make them understand, like whatever that is, like they want their benefits. That's it. This is the India, and here many people are just greedy for their self only. They don't
Yes,
think,
and in-
they don't think
Simply
about
taking your point, this shows that
Yes.
what are you thinking
That's
about that?
why we mentioned mankind.
But
That's
in
why
the-
we mentioned
in
mankind
this era-
word.
in
Like
this
if you are
era-
just getting child labor, just soft to that person.
Mankind.
Be sensitive to that child, to their needs. If you're just getting work from that child, just try to help them in their way, in your own way.
But why to do only labor and all?
There are so many
sources.
child.
There are many sources which is who all are helping to the children.
kind of sources?
Like take the example of like person who doesn't want to do a study, and they tell that I have so many problem, I cannot do a study and all. What about the government who is providing the school and all? What about that?
Yes. Government providing.
Is every government school getting admitted that child, like if okay, just give I will give you an example. If a child like 5 to 6 year old, okay, and he just went to a government school, like his
Okay.
clothes is totally dirty and it's too poor, and so that teacher, that principal will allow them to join the classes? I don't think so.
I didn't get your point properly. Could you please elaborate it again?
Okay, so if we are just talking about child labor, okay, child does child labor for their needs, okay, and it's their compulsion. So if you have a look, and if you imagine their appearance, their clothes are totally dirty, and you're just talking about government, they should join government schools.
Yes.
Should, if you are agree, will government school allow them to join classes?
Why not?
Like their clothes are totally dirty, and they would
Why not?
gonna influence people like all
Why
other
not?
childs. Even
I would like to say one thing, that in rural area, their parents don't take care of their child, right? And still they are going government school, because government providing the clothes and all everything, and they go there by wearing that
Okay,
dirty
okay.
cloth. Still they are
okay, do you
accepting.
have any idea how many government schools right now in our country?
I don't know.
I don't have any
Okay,
idea about
okay, is it
I'm
enough?
not
Okay,
aware,
is it
but
enough?
still there is.
Is it enough? Is it enough for the child who is existing in this
Listen,
world, who is doing child labor? They are going to
I
allow them.
have data.
No,
Why not?
government school is not enough. Like
You mean that
government
you
school
mean
that
that
is less than the child labor.
You mean that like we should not allow them to go for study and all?
Okay,
We should
there
allow
are so
them
many-
to do work.
There are so many
to
child
do
who
labor,
don't have
laboring,
enough time.
right?
Okay. So the conclusion, like we have just discussed about it. So I think, in my opinion, conclusion would be like, if a child doing child labor in front of you, don't make them feel like you are doing laboring or anything else. cause that child has their respect. Just try to respect that child. Be polite to them. Be kind to that child. Don't make them feel like you are nothing. You are nothing in front of me. I'm just higher than you, and my profile is higher than you. Yeah, if the child is doing child labor, be kind to them. If you are okay, then try to communicate that child if you have enough time and if you're just comfortable with it. So just try to understand their problem, and if you're able to if you're able to do help to that child, just do it in your way. And you don't if that child don't have money and you have enough money, just give them money. It would gonna help that child anyhow, somehow. Okay, so I would like to say, be kind to that child, because that child has their respect. Every single person has their respect to, so we should respect every single person. It doesn't matter if a child is doing child labor. Maybe it's their compulsion, like their family insisting that child to do child labor, and if maybe it's their financial problem or anything else.
That is the only thing that people should understand, that child labor is of two kind. Child labor doesn't means that begging in the streets that is child labor, or something. That what we can do, and what, as being a human, what we can contribute to our society is that at least help what you can do. Don't think about that, okay, itne se inka to kuch hona nahi hai. That is not the point. If you can help that person just with the education or some curricular activities, or simply just instead of giving him money, if you think that giving him or her money would that so that he is working under someone and they are having a boon of that, okay, fine. If that child is not comfortable talking to you, not sharing your opinion with you, just help that person, giving some amount of your time, some amount of education, or some amount of help. That if you know some kind of NGO or some anything, or donation of area, just that they would help that child in growing in his or her lifestyle. So please help that person in whatsoever way you can. Just don't think of it. I met a boy in the streets around society, that what he does, that he was firstly he used to beg. Simply he used to beg. I don't know from where he got that knowledge or sense that he should do work. Now he polishes the shoes. At least instead of begging, he is doing some kind of work. If he is polishing shoes, he is earning something, that he is learning from that particular thing. So that if the person is doing that, don't think that he or she is doing a child labor. At least instead of begging or doing some kind of work under some suppression, he is doing something, that he is learning something to earn, and learning something day by day. That grows him as a person, and makes him mature in some kind of level, that he should, instead of begging, he should earn something by learning.
And why we are just taking child labor as a negative point? There are so many childs who wants to go outside, learn new things, and wants to step out from their home and experience something. There are so many childs, they are not getting emphasized by their parents or somebody else. They want to learn new things, and they want to get experienced before getting young. They want to get mature. So why we should take child labor every single time as a negative point?
We can take it as a positive way. If there are 10% of the people, child who are not well educated, and they whatsoever, as ma'am say, that whatsoever we teach to them or educate to them or we help them, they would definitely do that work. Okay, fine, it's completely fine. But think about that 90% who you can help, who are really wanting to do something, and who really want people like us to help them.
That somebody please ask me. Please ask me.
But I was saying that, I said that, like, yes, we cannot, like, if you make that child aware about that thing that you should do, study and all, or any things, right? But what if you pass through over there and he started, like, he forget and everything, he started doing his own job.
Simply don't think about that. If you are helping someone,
if you are helping someone,
please help with open hand.
What is the worth of letting him know and giving your time, your precious time? What is the worth of it?
Okay, there are so many parents just send their childs to big schools and higher school, and there are so many childs who is not working today. There are so many examples, like they get high education from the high schools and they are not getting anything. They are getting unemployed right now, and they're just sitting in their house and just eating on their eating like their parents' money, and just enjoying their parents' money. And so it's all up to that child. Their parent contributed the best to that child. okay, to make something to that to get educated. They tried best, but somehow it's all up to that child what he wants to become. Just give an opportunity. Every single child is not same. If you're just getting a child, if you are giving some child an opportunity to learn anything, or you are just getting a chance to education and get educated, and if you're not using that education in best way, it's all up to that child. He wants to get educated.
I get that point. You said that
Talking about your worthless and talking about your time, that would this time helping someone, it will be worthless or not, at least help it. Take a step towards it. At
We
least
are just
simply
talking
help.
about how we can
I think
help
you are
that
not getting
child.
it properly, that like further, if you want to step for that child, towards that child, so at least take a strong step.
So that's
it
what
is
we
the
are saying.
meaning of
Okay, so
what
you
I
just
was
want
saying
a
at
Strong
that time.
step. What would be your strong aspect in your opinion?
I have mentioned it already.
No,
Now it's
you have not mentioned,
you
and I
can
didn't get
get
it.
your
I didn't get it.
I can't repeat it again and again. That's it. I mentioned it before.
No,
Like
sorry,
doing
I
campaign and all,
didn't
we
get
can
you.
make them
I
aware.
didn't get how you are going to
They
aware
need
them.
proper motivation. First of all,
How you are going to motivate
by
them?
doing one time
How you are
motivation,
going
that's
to
not
motivate
going to
them?
work.
How you
Okay,
going
tell
to
me one
motivate
thing.
them?
Whenever you
No,
lose
I'm
your
just trying to
confidence, tell
cross-question
me one
you.
thing, that whenever you lose your confidence, how many time you get like you want to be motivated. Tell me one thing.
Sorry,
one
could you
time
please
get-
repeat it?
One time you get disappointed. How many times would you like to be motivated? Tell me one thing.
Falling in our life, it's a part. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we have to self-motivate it. That's it.
Okay. How many times?
So many times. It's all up to
So
you.
many times. Now,
Even
what
if you
about that
get
time?
even
what
you are
about-
getting.
What do you think that once time to motivate one time you will motivate
I'm just
that
asking
person,
you
and
how
they will
you
start
are-
doing so
how you
many
are going
things.
to
No,
help a child
I don't think
if
it's
he
going
is
to
doing
work
a
over
child
there.
labor.
Ma'am, simply talking that I'm repeating the same point again and again,
Yeah.
and it's very shameful that before even helping someone, if we are thinking about once we'll motivate, what will the conclusion? That will not get to
I'm not
man,
saying
simply
that
that
motivate. I'm not saying that don't do motivate and all. I'm saying that at least you are taking a step towards that children. So take a strong step. That's
it. That's we are saying that we should take a strong step without thinking what will
So
be
that
the
is why I'm
outcome.
saying that think rational.
So
don't
before,
think
before,
like don't
before
think
taking
like
strong step, we have to work on ourselves. That we should respect child. Okay, if he is doing child labor, we should work on with him. That we should respect that child. If he is doing a child labor in front of us,
I
don't
didn't
make
say that. I didn't say that like we should de-respect that child, or we should make them shameful or something else.
so
I didn't say
now
that.
that's the point.
I'm saying that if we are taking a step towards that child, so at least take one strong step. Why do do something
So,
which is
could you
not
please tell me
worth
what kind of strong
full.
step could we take for
Okay,
toward
simply,
this?
we can have a quite summary of this awesome debate or awesome group GD, that it is that as ma'am said that we should take a strong step. Obviously we should take a strong step, but that one single thing that I would like to say, that without having an expectation that what will be the outcome, or if I'm doing this, would it be worthless? Simply scrolling your phone, sitting
Yeah,
an instant
exactly.
art is waste of time. So at least you can give 5 minutes to a kid. If he is able to gain that motivation, he will definitely gain it at once. If he won't, okay, then
It's all
simply
about
let go it. At least you will feel comfortable that you have given your 5 minutes to a person just to motivate that person. Simple. And everything has a positive and negative impacts. If you're gonna see the just negative impacts, you are not able to do, or you won't be able to do anything in your life. Anything that you want to step, everything that has to be started, it takes a single step, and be that person to take that single step.
Okay,
And if you
I would like to conclude by saying that if you are, at least we are showing our humanity kind towards that children, so we should take a strong step, as I mentioned that, and we should have expectation as well. Why? Because if we will not have any expectation, that's not going to work over there.
If you are doing any social work, you should not have any expectation from those peoples.
There's a very very good saying that हमेशा जब मदद करते हैं ना तो खुले हाथ से मदद करते हैं,
Yeah,
कभी सोचते नहीं है कि क्या मिलना है.
Obviously.
अगर दे रहे हो ना तो एक हाथ से, वो ये नहीं कि हम एक हाथ से दे रहे हैं तो हम एक हाथ से लेना है. अगर अपना किसी को वक्त दे रहे हो, किसी को मोटिवेट कर रहे
as
हो,
you mentioned that we are giving to one hand and taking to one hand, so that is the different. That is the different
I'm
thing.
not
What
saying
I'm saying
that लेना और देना. I am
as you
saying
mentioned कि ये
let me
expectation नहीं होनी
complete.
चाहिए.
You always please let me complete.
Okay.
I am saying that
Please let
एक
me
हाथ से
strong
देना
step, strong
और
step.
एक
What kind
हाथ
of strong step?
एक हाथ से देना एक हाथ से लेना ये वाली expectation नहीं होनी चाहिए. We should have a thing that if you are helping someone, give your
Okay.
time. The thing, just if you are able to help someone with 5 rupees, don't think that what will he earn, what will be the conclusion of the 5 rupees, what will he get. If you are able to give him 5, just give him 5.
Okay,
If
so
you will be able
let
to
me
give 100,
tell me one thing
let
that
me
as
complete. Let me complete,
Okay.
please. If you are able to give him 100, so give him 100. Don't expect that or don't think about it. What you are, if you are helping someone, just simply help that person. As simple as that. Just be a just be a human. Just be have a soft heart. Be chicken-hearted. Sorry, be soft-hearted. Please help someone with all that you can. Please don't expect that anything for
Okay.
that person.
So,
Simply gifting someone.
I-
If you gift someone, you don't expect that. What will the person give to me on my birthday? You simply give that person. Now, if
Okay.
you are doing a good thing, that's
So
it.
my friend, I would like to say one thing that there is a different kind of expectation. As you say that if you are giving doing help to them and don't think about expectation, so that is expectation only for the child only, not for you only. I just wanted to make you understand. That's it. This is what I want to mention that. Like I want to let you know that.
Simply I appreciate your point. Help that person. If that person is able, or if that person is if he is worthy to get that your motivation or your the steps that you are helping, that thing that you are helping with that person, he will definitely get a boon to it. He will work on it. If he won't, then don't please take it as that मेरा किया हुआ जाया गया. Don't think about that. You have done your best part.
We
No,
will realize
just
that.
feel
We
that,
will
feel
realize
blessed
it.
that you have done your best part. Don't think about that what will be the conclusion. I know you are good at your heart. You would definitely think that मेरा किया हुआ जाया तो नहीं गया. That completely fine. It's perfect. What I am simply saying that just do your part and don't expect that what is gonna be the conclusion. Just do your
And most
part.
of the thing, I would like to mention one thing more. Then most of the people think that yes, I did something for that child. I showed my humanity. I gave 5 rupees, 100 rupees. So I did a good deed. Which is there is a quotation that when you wish to good others, that the same thing will come to you, back to you, right?
Yeah.
So most of the people think that if I will do good to that person, that thing will come
Why are you
back to
talking
you.
about most of the people?
So this is the mentality of that person.
Okay,
That is
fine.
why they
Let
are
it
doing
be.
so.
Let it be. What you are gonna talk about is what your mentality. I can't judge her mentality. I can't judge her mentality. Every person has a different mentality. What we can do it. Just do what our mentality is. So let's have an end to this discussion. Thank you for having. It was such a great time talking to all of you, and thank you so much for this.